Yep. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Final day, Teacher Appreciation Week. Save the best for last. None other than Miss Deborah Cruickshank. Miss Deborah Cruickshank, shouting out all of the great educators in my life. You know, I had to save the best for last. Miss Deborah Cruickshank, that is my mother, Miss Deborah Cruickshank. I could also actually include my father in this conversation as well, because they, you know, again, everything we know in life, understand this, it's taught in the home. What you learn in the home is going to carry you further than whatever it is you're learning at school, all right? What you learn in the home is the foundation. What you learn in the home is the foundation. Let me give you an example, all right? I couldn't have been past first grade, all right? It's either kindergarten or first grade, somewhere around there, where I'll never forget this. It was a time at home in which my mother, something about vowels came up. I guess something got mentioned or something. We were having a conversation. Something sparked in her mind about vowels, right? And it came out, or at least she asked me. She asked me if I know what my vowels were. And at the time, obviously, I had no idea what she was talking about, right? So she takes the next maybe hour to 2 hours, hour and a half. It probably could have been about 3 hours. The next felt like 3 hours, you know, at that age, right? Talking to me about what A, E, I, O, and U are. It's like, these are your vowels. They have one of these words, and all the words, these are the vowels. This is this. You know, she ran it through the best she could. Again, she's not an educator. She didn't go to school for teaching. She actually only has an associate's degree. She has an associate's degree, yet is the best teacher I know. And I've went to school with people who have their masters. I'm around people who have masters and PhDs, doctorates, all that. This is a woman. The best teacher I know is a woman who has an associate's degree. That's it. That's going to school for 2 years. Associate's degree from a community college, and she's still the best teacher I know. All right. And that's not me being biased. I'm telling you why. It's not me just because I'm her son. It's not me being biased at all. All right. This is a fact. I'm telling you. All right. So she runs me through what the vowels are, right? And then I remember, this is why I remember it so vividly, and the reason it's so vivid in my mind, like it happened yesterday type shit. I go to school the next day. This is around kindergarten to first grade time, one of those times. And guess what we go? One of the lesson plans is, it's like, hey guys, today we are gonna learn our vowels, all right? It's gonna be A, E, I, O, U, and the teacher tells us all about what the vowels are and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'll never forget this, because I went home from school that day and I'm like, yo, Ma, guess what we learned today in school? We learned about something called vowels. And then we had a great conversation. And she goes, look, you see, son, the stuff you learn at home coming right up there in school. And I tell you that I bring that to you not only because of the fact that this is the last day of Teacher Appreciation Week, but we are also 48 hours away from Mother's Day. All right, Mother's Day. And for all the mothers that I've come across some badass moms in my lifestyle, in my life work, and the things I do, and I'm sure I'll be coming across a lot more as I continue to pursue the things I'm pursuing. And when I tell you the importance of teaching at home, what is being taught at home, what you're giving your son, do not ever make the mistake of just throwing your son out to some school system, or depending on the system, quote unquote, depending on some teacher to teach your boy the things you need to be teaching him yourself. This is why to this day, if I'm pursuing a woman, if there's a potential suitor in my life, the first question, the main thing for me is, will she make a good mother? Will she make a good mother? Because this story I just told you about my mother teaching me my vowels, this is something that has been consistent throughout my entire life in terms of the women that I'm attracted to, are the women that I can actually learn something intellectually from. And that's just what it is I want, what it is I'm looking for, and because of the way I'm brought up, because of the things I learned in the home. So the question that you have to ask yourself, as we close out Teacher Appreciation Week is, and what am I personally teaching, regardless of my title, regardless of the degrees I have or the masters, if I have some fancy education, none of that shit matters. If my mother can do it, a woman who grew up very poor in Trinidad, went to high school in Brooklyn, New York, was able to pull her family out of a lot of rough situations, and, you know, grow up and allow myself and my sister to grow up in a nice area like Silver Spring, Maryland. If she's able to do that, there's no reason why you can't do it. There's no reason why you can't do it. Got it? And I challenge all of you again. This is an early Mother's Day shout out. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful, beautiful mothers out there that are actually doing your thing that I have come across over the past few years. I hope you have an incredible weekend. And happy Teachers Appreciation Week. It's been a blast. It's been a great one. I can't wait to see all the goodies I'm gonna be getting when I get to school a little later. So appreciate all the love and support there too. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all of this work, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyourmove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.